honors algebra students. This is the video for November 1st. It's going to be a slope review because we've had some problems with people being able to see the videos and such, and I know they've been learning from each other in class, which is a good thing, but we are working through this. Remember now that the videos are also posted on my page, which you're there, you know, but they're also posted on YouTube. Just go to www.youtube.com. In the search engine, search for Super Jaybird 1970. When you get there, a couple of choices will come up. Click on the link that says Buy Super Jaybird 1970, and that will help you. It'll take you exactly to my page. The only videos posted there will be videos that I have put on the web, so your parents don't have to worry about, you know, something inappropriate showing up, because it'll only be my videos. They will all be related to your class or math, except for the one that I had to do for a class, which is a public service announcement, which has my daughter and son and wife in it, but there's certainly nothing inappropriate in there. All right, very good. So let's get on with the lesson. I am going to get rid of this hocus pocus. It's gone. Oh, I love my smartboard. It makes me feel so magical. All right, so our slope review. Let's start off by remembering what slope is. We define slope as the rise over the run. And remember, your rise number refers to your y's, the vertical change. The run refers to the horizontal change, or the x's. We also called it the change in y's over the change in x's. And the way we find the change is we take y sub 2 minus y sub 1, and we divide that by x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Those are all different ways to say slope. That's all they are. Depending on the type of problem we have to use the one that's most appropriate. Most of the time we'll be using the rise over the run, and remember, the y's rise to the top. Or we'll be using the subtraction, the quotient of two differences, subtracting y sub 2, y sub 1, x sub 2, x sub 1. So let's review how to do those problems really quick. Tomorrow we'll get a little more practice because I heard rumors of a quiz on Thursday, and those rumors are true. So let's see here. I know I have a graph down here somewhere. There we go. Oh, yikes, a yellow streak. What am I going to do about that? Whew, love my smartboard. All right, let me pop that up there. Okay, I'm going to run through 3 quick examples for review for you. This will be an example of when to count rise and run. The first example will be if I have this blue line here. Okay, I've got my points A, B, and C, right? It doesn't matter what I call them. I'll call this one A, B, C. The A, B, C stuff are just names. I call them Fred, Barney, and Wilma. It doesn't matter. All right, now, as I move from point A to B or B to A, all I'm going to do is count. That's all I'm going to do. I can go from B to A to B, A to C, C to A, B to C, or C to B. It doesn't matter. Just pick any 2 points that I'm convinced of the coordinates of. So in this case, I'm going to go from A down to B. So I'm going to start at A, and I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, for the blue line, my rise number is -6. Why is it negative? Because I counted down. Had I started from B going to A, I would have counted up, and I would have got a +6. My run number. Well, I counted down to 6, and I'm right here, so now I need to count back 1 to B, which gives me a -1. So my slope is -6 over -1, but a better answer would be 6 over 1. Remember, you can simplify that to 6, but when we're doing slope, I really like the fraction because it keeps me from making silly mistakes. All I did was count. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to put the red line up, and I want you to see if you can figure out the slope on your own. All right, that looks like a good spot. Go ahead, count your rise and run. Go ahead and pause the video. I will put the answer up in a moment. Okay, I've got a slope of -2 over -4. I chose to count from this point, I'll call it point A, to this point, point B. I went down 2, that's my rise is -2, and then I went right 4, so I have a +4. But I also know that I need to simplify my fraction into -1 over 2. That negative could be upstairs, it could be downstairs, or it could be in front of the fraction, which means that this could be that. It could also be this. Depending on which 2 points you picked, you will get one of those 3 answers. If you got any one of those 3 answers, that is perfectly acceptable. Okay, so let's try a little bit of a harder one here. It's actually not a harder one. You just have to count. As I move from A to B, well, this time I'll tell you what, I'll move from B to A. I will count my rise. I go 1, 2. Ooh, it's not working. Hold on. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore, my rise number is 4. My run number will be 0. My run number is 0. That should set off some warning bells in your head. You should not like that the run number is 0. It's okay that the run number is 0, but you should have whistles and bells going off. Wait a minute, I'm not so sure about this. Let me think. Is it okay? Well, this answer, 4 divided by 0, we can never divide by 0. Never, 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 never divide by 0. So that means that this either has no slope or is undefined. Either one. Okay, either one is acceptable. And it is a vertical line, and vertical lines don't have slope. By the way, let's just flash back a second here. Hold on a sec. Let me move this stuff out of the way. Get rid of A. Ah, my origin left me. I will put it back. Okay, the origin is back where it belongs. Oh, C's in my way now. Get it out of there. All right, do you notice the red line? What kind of slope did it have? It ended up being a negative slope, didn't it? And it's going down to the right. The blue line had a positive slope, and it's going up to the right. Coincidence? I think not. All right, so we're going to move on to the next page, and we'll review how to calculate slope when given 2 points. Okay, I have the points 3, 8, and 6, 5. I know that they make a line. I'm going to use my formula, y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. That is my slope formula when given 2 points. To help me keep from making a mistake, I will label x1, y1, x2, y2. And that will allow me to figure out the slope without actually graphing the points and counting them. So I will take my y sub 2 value and subtract 8 from it. I will take my x sub 2 value and subtract 3 from it. 5 minus 8 is -3. 6 minus 3 is 3. A simplified answer would be -1 over 1. There's the slope. That should be total review for you unless you've been absent a lot lately. All you do is subtract the y's, subtract the x's. The y's, the difference of the y's rises to the top. I'm going to put up 2 problems. You can do them for practice, and then you can check your answers. Okay, here are your 2 problems. You go ahead and pause the video when you're ready, work them out on a separate sheet of paper, and then see if you agree with the answers that I get. You can see my answers are right here. Only one of those is necessary, and right here. Please note that it doesn't matter which point you call x1, y1, and which one you call x2, y2. I did the problems differently. In problem number 1, the way I set it up according to the formula was, this was x2, y2, and this was x1, y1. But in the blue problem, I did x1, y1, x2, y2. It doesn't matter.